Microsoft, a trillion-dollar company that conquered the world with a series of products, solutions, and controversies. One of these controversies has surrounded Microsoft for several decades and could now result in the largest fine in the company's history. This controversy was responsible for much of Microsoft's leadership in its segment, but now it could turn against the company. Famous for its operating system and a range of programs for computers worldwide, Microsoft over the years began offering not only the basic system but also alternatives to meet most users' needs. This includes tools that make up the Office suite, like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and many others, as well as more advanced solutions, such as the more recent Teams video call solution. These tools are part of Windows' suite of solutions and are delivered to the buyer at the time of subscription or license purchase, with new solutions potentially being included for free in future updates. However, this is where the major controversy surrounding Microsoft arises. Over the years, the giant has specialized in what is known as bundling, where Microsoft bundles different solutions into the Office package or Windows itself without charging the user extra at the time of inclusion. In this practice, Microsoft not only introduces new features but also includes new programs that correspond to similar free versions of programs that are hugely successful in the market with paid versions. In other words, the giant has specialized in taking solutions that are successful in specific niches and creating extremely similar products that can do everything or almost everything that competitors can. However, while competitors charge for the product, Microsoft offers the products for free to those who are already or become its Windows customers, or charges much lower prices than the competition. Notable examples of this practice date back to the 1990s when Microsoft launched Internet Explorer, the free web browser that competed with Netscape Navigator, the leader in the browser niche at the time, but was paid, and more recently with Microsoft Teams in relation to competitors like Zoom and Slack. In addition to offering similar services already included in its operating system, Microsoft has also created a range of mechanisms over the years to ensure that its system works in conjunction with other products in its family that are not included in the package and compete with some market solutions. Examples include products like Office 365, the response to Google Workspace, and OneDrive in response to Dropbox. In this way, Microsoft products create a kind of ecosystem in which the user can find a range of functionalities by resorting to only one company instead of having to hire a specific one from each competitor. The problem is that what seems like a benefit to the customer may actually be an act contrary to the market and even to the customer. At least that's how much of the market views Microsoft's strategy, and it's something that even the American justice system has recognized. In 1998, the United States Department of Justice filed an antitrust lawsuit against Microsoft, alleging that the company forced users to use Internet Explorer on Windows machines and deliberately eliminated the possibility of choice by competitors like Netscape, for example. After suffering a legal defeat, Microsoft agreed to a settlement with the courts in 2001, requiring it to share Windows technological data with third parties to encourage competition in the market for computer applications and programs. In the years following the settlement, Microsoft ended up losing its leadership in the internet browser market, opening up space for alternatives like Google Chrome and Mozilla Firefox. But while it gave up the ring, it kept the fingers, so to speak. That's because, although it lost the browser niche, a few years later it came back with full force in other computer applications, launching several initiatives like OneDrive, Office 365, Azure, Teams, and many others. These initiatives made Windows and the Office suite increasingly robust, causing customers around the world to think twice when choosing applications for their computers, as the decision could be to stay with a competing and paid application or opt for a similar and free Microsoft application. In cases where the solution is paid, Microsoft offers substantial discounts to those who are customers of other applications, allowing it to outcompete on price with competitors. Moreover, there is a well-known integration and facilitation of the use of Microsoft programs among themselves, which makes life easier for consumers and creates a new resistance against competitors since the tendency is for the average user, without great pretensions, to end up opting for the quicker and more practical solution. In Microsoft's case, this broadly constitutes bundling, which by itself is not illegal unless it evolves into harmful practices. The issue is that this practice has been viewed as deliberately anti-competitive and may have gone far beyond fair competition. That's because, despite appearing attractive, Microsoft applications may be hiding an illicit practice. At least, that is the accusation currently being made against the company. Supposedly, Microsoft would be employing a strategy where it initially attracts customers with free programs or substantial discounts, only to charge a higher price in the following year or at the time of renewal, recovering part of the value saved in the initial price. In other words, it allegedly first attracts the customer with an irresistible offer and later charges more without them realizing it, or at least without explicitly stating it, in such a way that the competition cannot keep up, not only because the initial price is practically unbeatable but also because Microsoft is a trillion-dollar company that can withstand losses to acquire customers, something competitors cannot do, as they typically operate in specific niches within the application market. However, with the subsequent price increase, once the customer is within the company's web, the attitude could be seen as predatory pricing, which could constitute a major trap for the market. To clarify the facts, Slack, a company owned by Salesforce, filed an antitrust lawsuit against Microsoft with the European Commission for alleged abusive practices that would have restricted competition due to the giant bundling the Teams application with Office 365 and Microsoft 365 packages. Slack offers communication programs for businesses, including video conferencing, and according to them, Microsoft eliminates competitors' performance by inducing customers to use Teams instead of other solutions. The European Union is known for its strictness in similar situations and has already fined Microsoft over €2 billion over the years. In this situation, if the violation is proven, the fine could reach 10% of the company's revenue. Last year, Microsoft's revenue exceeded $211 billion. Preliminary findings have already indicated that the European Union believes Microsoft indeed engaged in anti-competitive behavior, but there are still further stages to come. And if confirmed, this will be the largest fine ever imposed by the Commission. Will the giant suffer the largest fine in its history? Do you think Microsoft's strategy is correct? Share your thoughts with us in the comments.